Okay, I don't know if you guys can see my screen yet. Can you see my screen? I think so. Okay.
Not yet. Okay, now yes.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's class. Today is going to be very interesting because we're not just going to be designing. We're also going to be using ChatGPT, to design. And what we are going to be doing is actually designing what they call onboarding screens. Onboarding, right? Onboarding. Onboarding screens. Yeah. So I'm sure you're asking yourself like what's onboarding screens, or what do they actually entail, right? Onboarding screens are just like when you are starting, like when you enter a new app for the first time, they take you through like a guide or what you are about to see. So they're like onboarding you, right? And they are telling you exactly what you're going to be seeing in that app. They're telling the features and stuff like that. So that's what like onboarding screens are really for. And they help you to understand that product that you're about to use better. Do you get? So it's always important that people go through the onboarding screens and see, see what that app is about before they start using. Like, it gives them a better idea of the product. You get? And yeah, so that's literally what we're going to be designing. And today, the what's it called, the products we are going to be naming, this is going to be called Fin Easy, right? So it's Fineazi. Yeah, Fin Easy. um that's the name of the product we are going to be designing today. And we are going to be using illustrations. So um I think this is the best time for me to also say this. Today I published a free illustration set for the Figma community, and is an isometric illustration set, right? So I'll take you on how we can use that and in our design, right? This is one of the illustrations I designed. You can see it here, and I actually use it in this design, right? And this is like one of the onboarding screens. So we are going to be doing 5 of this. Do you get? Like 5 of this? And I'm going to also tell you how to generate all this. You can see this text and all this. Most times I don't even write it from my head, right? You can use AI and you can use Chat GPT, and I'll also be taking you through on how I generate prompts for ChatGPT. Do you get? So yeah, I think it's going to be an educative class. So let's get into it. So the first thing, of course, as we always do, is to use what's a layout guide, right? And layout guide always helps us to keep our work very tidy. So let's click here, and then the first thing is, let's go to columns. So for columns we can use what's it called, we can use 4 for our columns. You can leave this as auto. Then here we can use, let me say 16, and here 16. So remember what margin is, right? Margin is the space from here to here, and gutter is the spaces between all this. You get? So margin is from here to here, and here to here. But then gutter is the spacing between all these columns. You get? So that's it for our columns. We can also add, for rows now, we can also add rows. So if you want to add row, you come back to this plus icon, right? And then you click on this, can you see it? And then tap here, go to rows. We have done columns, now let's do rows. So here we can use a count of, or we can use auto. Let's use auto, and then put the type to top, and then here we can make it 8, and this gutter 8. Yeah. So now there's going to be like an equal spacing between each of the what's it called, each of the items that we put here. You get? So yeah, I think with that we can get into it. But let me just close this. Yeah, let's start with this first. So now the first thing I want to do is this. This is like the header, right? where you see like I think they call it dynamic island, right? For those using iPhones, that space. I think I'm correct. We're going to be including that in our design and designing it from scratch. So the first thing here is what's a text, right? So let's put to create a text. What do you do? Letter T, right? Letter T to create a text. Give me a second. Okay, letter T to create a text. So we can write 10, 12, right? Yeah, yeah. So let's write 10, 12. Give me a second. I want to bring something so that we can also use it as a guide. I hope I can close it. I want to see something. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me bring this. So yeah. I'm going to rearrange this board though. You guys should not look at my board. I don't always leave it like this, but yeah, today it's just like that. Okay, so we are going to be using our guide in our design. So here we could use like maybe 12, right, for a small text as the time. Then here we can just create this as well. So let me see. Let's use, you can use frames. So click on letter F on your keyboard and then drag like that. Yep, like this. Then put a fill. Let me make it another color so I can see it. Right. So we have this, right? So we can just curve this, right? You can curve this. I think I use a corner radius. You guys remember corner radius of 16. So we can use a corner radius of 16 here. 16 like that. So that's maybe I can make this one 32 as well. 32. Yeah. Now what next? We have the time and we have this dynamic island. Now we also have signal, Wi-Fi and battery. And like I said before, we can always use what's it called? We can always use Iconify. I'm using Iconify just to teach to be faster. So how do you use a plugin? Iconify is a plugin. For those who are just joining, Iconify is a plugin. So you can come here, F, and then go to plugins, go to Iconify. I already have it here, but if you are searching for the first time, go to manage plugins like that. Yeah, go to search Iconify. I think it's already there, but just search Iconify so that in case you're using it for the first time, then click on this. I think it's running already. Okay. So now what do we want? We want signal, Wi-Fi and battery, right? So let's go here, type signal. So I think this is nice. I like this. Can use this one and drag it out. Comes there. Next one is what's Wi-Fi. I like this too. So called this. And the next one is what's battery. So battery. Which one should we use? I think we should use this one. Yeah, I think this one's okay. Alright, so let's use this. Drag it out. Yep. So now we have Wi-Fi, signal, and then the battery. So let's close this. So now the next thing is we are going to bring all this into our design, right? So let me change the colors of this so that we can be able to see it when I bring it on the frame. Okay, this. Let me change the color to black. Yeah. Now bring each of them into the design. Just drag it inside like that. Now of course they are not properly aligned. You can see that they look scattered, but we want it to be properly aligned. So what do we use? Frames. Right. So how do you use it? Hold on your shift key, click on this one, hold on your shift key, click on this, hold on your shift key, click on this one, and what shift A. Now, sorry, I think something happened. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I think this is not yet into the frame. Okay, I think you should be there now. I think it was not inside the frame before. So yeah, so let's do it again. So hold on our shift key, tap on this, hold on your shift key, tap on this, and what's shift A. Right now this spacing is too much, so we can just reduce it. How do you reduce it? You go to this place here. Can you see this, and then you reduce like that. So you can reduce to maybe 5, going to be too small, maybe 8. I think 8 is okay. Yeah, so now we have our time, our dynamic island, and this, right, and the the different assets that we're going to be using. So that's the first step. Now I also want to make sure that all this is into a frame so that they're also properly aligned. So in case your text is here and your dynamic island is here and this, you can always align them with the use of frames. So I'm just going to do that. So let's do it. Hold down your shift key and tap on, we have already created a frame with all of this, right? Now we tap on this one as well, holding our shift key. Tap on this one as well, holding our shift key, and what? Shift A. Now can you see that the spacing is equal 51, 51, right? So we have been able to do that. What do? Let's bring it to the middle like that. Now this is the middle of hold on, something I want to do. Okay, I think the major thing is, give me a second. I showed how I did that, but at the end I'll show it again. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we have this, yeah. So let's just put all this into a frame. Okay, so what I actually want to do is, I don't want to do it like this because it's not going to be, I want this dynamic island to be at the center because that's exactly how it's meant to be, like on a, what's it called, on a device. It's not meant to be by the side. So I'm just going to put this here, and then maybe I bring this closer and this closer, and then yeah, shift, sorry, does it again. Hold on this shift key, hold on this shift key, and what? Shift A. Yeah, now this is much better. So now we have this, right, which is our the header, right, on our mobile. That's the first step. Now what do I do again? I'm going to increase the padding. So there's something called padding. Padding is like, if I say this is currently at 0 padding, but if I increase it, you see that it will become a space in this part and in this part. So let's do that. Show you. Can you see that there's now a space in here, 20, 20? Can you see that? That's what padding does. You get? So you can always use your padding to increase like spacing between the left side and the right side at the same time. And then if you want to add, like, maybe make the left side have more padding than the right side, you can also do that as well. You get? But for today's class, I'm just going to be showing you how I put this into a frame and how I use it. You get? So we have this already, which is the first one, right? So I think what I can do is I'll just create another frame. Let's create a frame from here, drag it down like that. I want you guys to be able to see the frame. Then I'll put this one inside here. So I'll drag it inside, right? And then I carry all this up. The reason I don't want to use padding is because I feel like I may confuse you in using it. Because if I use padding, this place may not be equal to this, and I don't want that. So I want it to be as easy as possible for everybody to flow with or to understand. So I just created a frame using letter F, and I put all these things that I've created into that frame. You get? So that's exactly how I created this. Now the reason I'm using this color is so that you can see it, because you know it's a very white frame. So maybe what I can do is I can change this one to back to a white frame like that, and then maybe use the color of this whole frame maybe to something quite darker so that I can be able to see it. Now can you see this on top, which is the stuff we created? You get? So yeah, so we have this now. Can you see that? And this is our frame. So now we have done the first part, which is this whole header. Now what's the next one? We want to also bring in this text, this illustration, this box, and this text. Now to bring this text, we are going to use ChatGPT to do that, right? Which I'm going to tell you how to do it. But I think what we can do in the meantime is we can create this box that you're seeing here, this one, right? So I think we can do that. So now how to do it is you create a frame again, letter F, and then you drag from one side to the other, right? So we want our frame to maybe be like this. Yeah, let's say what size did I use here? I think I used 388 and 469. Okay, so we can use the same here. 388 469. Okay, so now let me also put a fill, maybe like a white fill. So now you guys can see we have created a new frame, which is this one. Can you see this one here, this frame? And this is where we are going to be putting that illustration we are going to be working with inside here. All right, so we have the frame. Right, now another thing we can do is this text and what this text. So let's do it as well. So now don't forget, we have created this one, right? We have also created the whole header. Now we went to the frame, which is this part, this one, this whole frame, and we also included it here. Do you get? Now we are taking it step by step so it will not be too hard or too difficult for anyone to understand. Okay, so now what is the next thing we want to do? We want to also create this text, step 2 out of 3, and then this skip text. So let's just create letter C. Well, since this is going to be our first onboarding screen, let's write step 1. Let me use step 1 of 3. Yeah, step 1 of 3. And maybe I can make this, I think 12 is okay. I'll try use 14. Let me use 14. Step 1 of 3. Right, now the next one is what we have done. This first text, Abby. Now we are going to this one, skip. So we can duplicate. How do you duplicate? Control C and what? Control V, and then you drag it out. Or you can do what? Control D and then drag like that. Can you see it? So now we have been able to create the first text and the second one. Here we just write skip and then drag it here. Now we're also going to put these two again, this step 1 out of 3 and this skip, into one frame, right? We're going to put it into one frame. So we'll highlight on this, hold on our shift key, and tap on this one, and after that, what do you do? Shift A. So now I've been able to put this into a frame, put this one into a frame, and create a frame where we can put our illustration inside. Right, that's what we have been able to do so far. Now what's the next thing that we can do? We can actually also create this. Can you see this little thing here? So these are like, what would I call them? They're like the name is not entering my mind at the moment, but it just shows you what page you're currently on. So this is step 2 out of 3, right? So you can see that this one is currently here, showing you that you're on step 2. If you're on step 1, it will be like this. Can you see that? And if you're on step 3, it will look something like this, meaning you have passed step 1, step 1, step 2, and now you're in step 3, right? But we are in step 2 for this design, but we're in step 1 for our own. So in our own design, we're going to be using step 1. So let's create a frame. I'm going to use a frame to do these things you're seeing here. We can actually use a frame to do it. And how do you do that? You click on letter F, F, and then you drag something like this. Maybe make the height maybe something like 10, maybe something like this, right? Now you put a fill to it. That means you're adding a color to it by tapping on this tap, and then it has added a fill of white. Now for those that may not have gotten how I put or how I curved this, I'm also going to curve this one now, so please pay attention. So for us to curve this frame, what do? You go to appearance, then go to corner radius, can you see it, and then give it a corner radius like that. So I can make this like 10, right? That's exactly how I did this one. Can you see this one? Yeah. And then I think I should reduce it. This is too wide. Maybe make it like 60. Yeah. So I've been able to create this first one, and then I can duplicate by pressing what's Control D. So you click on Control D, drag it out. So now I can reduce this one because we want to show that we are currently on what step 1, right? So let's use, so this one is going to be the biggest, this one will be small, and the next one will be small. So let's reduce this one to something like this. Then what do? Shift, you put all these two into one frame. And how do you do that? Hold on your shift key, hold on this, tap, and then shift A. Now with that you can easily duplicate this. So by how do you duplicate? You tap on this one and what's Control D. Can you see that? Now I've been able to easily create this stuff. Can you see it? Which is the same thing as same thing as this. You get? So that's exactly how you can create this. Now what's the next thing I did? I don't want to go to this text yet, right? Because I want to show us how we are going to generate that on ChatGPT, right? But we can create this button for the meantime. So let's say we want to create a button. We can write T to continue, right? Continue. And then this is very small, so maybe make it like 18. Some people can even use 20 in their button, but like maybe let me see 20 first. So maybe give it 18 or 20. And then to make this text a button, what do? Shift A. Now you can see that there are sides on it. Now what did I tell you these things are? This is like the padding. So you can see the left padding, the right padding, the top padding, and the padding below, right? So if I want to increase this, side and increase this side, what do? I can come here. Can you see this? This is where I can increase the padding. So I can, this is currently 10. Can you see it? This one too is 10. But if I want to increase it to fit this frame, I can just increase it like this. Okay, let me put a fill so that you guys can be seeing it as I'm doing it, because I think when it's ahead. So now you should be able to see it. So if I do like this, I can come here and change the padding size, right? I'll just increase it. Can you see that? I can increase the padding size like that. Can you see it? So that's how you can easily but I want it to fit into this. Can you see the margin that we used before? It's going to fit into it, right? Exactly like I did here. Can you see that? It's exactly the same thing like I did here, right? So you can easily do that as well with from a text. You can create a frame and you can create a button from a text easily. And then here maybe I'll make the height maybe 20, like that. And then how do I say you curve? You tap on your frame, then you come here to appearance, click on the corner radius, and maybe give it like 10. Okay, 10 is too small, so maybe increase it to 20 or 30. I think 30 is okay. So now I've been able to do 1, 2. I've been able to do this button, this frame here, the text, and the header. That's how I've been able to do it. 1, 2, 3, like that. let me give this thing a black fill so that I can easily see it. Let me just make it black. Yeah, I think now you'll be able to see it. And let me close the layout guide. Yeah, so now you can easily see it. Let me put the text too so you can see that one. So that's exactly how I've been able to start with what all of this. Can you see it? I've just created this is like a rough sketch of how it's going to look, right? We will start adding colors later on, but this is just a rough sketch on how it can look. Do you get? Now let's go to the text. Now I want to teach us how we can use ChatGPT to actually create prompts or all this. You can see this header text, this subtext. I want to teach us how we can do that using ChatGPT, because when you are creating like an app or a project from scratch, you're not going to be thinking and you not start writing. Like, you may not have all that time, right? AI is there to help you, not to take your work away from you, right? You're going to use AI to guide yourself into making yourself a better designer. You get? So so what am I going to do? Let's go to my Chrome where I have ChatGPT. Okay, let me go back to this first. I have a prompt there that I'm going to use. Let me go back. Okay, so I have a prompt I'm going to use. This is it. Can you see my prompt? This is the prompt. I've already generated this before so that it will be faster instead of showing us everything. So this is a prompt I'm going to use in ChatGPT, right? And I'm also going to send this prompt to everyone so that you can also use it, because the task you're going to be doing, you're going to be generating your own text. It's not going to be the same text as you have here. You generate your own text with the use of ChatGPT. So please pay attention. So now this is the prompt, right? So I'm just going to copy it, Control C, and then I go to where I'm going to my ChatGPT and I paste it, Control V. Now the prompt says I'm designing a 5-screen onboarding flow for a fintech mobile app called FinEasy using pre-made isometric illustrations. For each screen, generate a short headline, which is that headline we were seeing, and then a concise supporting text. So supporting text is like subtext. You get subtext of each of those screens, and then I just wrote a prompt saying, okay, the copy should be modern, clear, user friendly, and stuff like that. Now these are the illustrations I will be using, but you would go to the illustration pack and use any 5 of your choice. But I'm going to be taking you through a guide and then to make it easier for you. So this is the prompt here, and then we just paste it, and then boom. Let's see. So can you see, for screen 1, which is the first screen out of 5, it has been able to tell us, okay, this is the POS for screen 1. You are going to be using a POS terminal illustration. The reason why it's already saying, oh, use POS terminal, is because I wrote the exact illustration I want to use. In the illustration pack, you see 10 different illustration designs. Then you can choose any 5 of your choice, and then in your own prompts you can now write, instead of POS terminal, you can write any other illustration as number 1, another illustration as number 2, like that. You get? So that's the only thing you can change in your prompts. But the other thing here, from top to this, don't change it. Only these 5 things that you can now say, okay, instead of using a POS terminal, let me use something else. Do you understand? In your own prompts. So that's it. So now we are going to be using each of these text in our design. So what I do, I come here and copy, and then I go back to Figma and I paste it here, Control V. Now we can see that for screen 1, let me make this a bit bolder. Sorry. Yeah, for screen 1 we can see POS terminal, right? Banking, the headline is what? Banking made easy. Then the supporting text is pay, transfer, and manage your money with a simple, seamless experience. So we are going to carry this headline, banking made easy. Control C, we copy it. Then we come to our frame here. type, letter T to type, and then Control V. Banking made easy. So let's come here and change our color so that we can see the text. Banking made easy. Can you see that? We have created this first one now. Banking made easy. But what this is, let me change this to Inter. I want to change all the fonts to Inter. So I will use one font. Okay. Now this is, what's the font size? 15. But instead of 15, 15 is kind of too small, so we can use something like maybe 20 or 24. So let's use, where's our guide? We can use 20. Can you see it? Can use this one or this. So let's go to this and maybe use 24. Right? So we have brought in the text. Can you see that now? So we have our text, which is this first headline, which we generated with the use of ChatGPT. And next is what? Pay, transfer, and manage your money with a simple, seamless experience. You Control C to copy, and then I'm just going to duplicate this one using Control D, and then I'll paste it here. Control V. Okay, it's currently black, so let me change the color back to white, and then I can adjust this. Can you see that I'm adjusting it? And now I want to make all of this very aligned and aligned properly. So what am I going to use? I'll use what? I'll use frames. And how am I going to do that? I'll highlight on this, hold on my shift key, highlight on this, and what's shift A. Now can you see that this is now a frame? So I've been able to make this text. Can you see this? I've been able to make this text. Can you see that? Now how do I move? I said I think I've told us before, if a text is currently here and you want to move it to the middle, what do? You can come here like this. This one is align horizontal. So horizontal is like this, like this. So if you click on horizontal, it's going to come to the middle now. So let's do it. Click on horizontal, it goes where? Here. Can you see it? But if it says vertical, vertical is like this. So it will go to the middle of your vertical line. So if I click on vertical here, I'm sure it will come to somewhere like this. So let's try it. Click on vertical. Can you see it came? You can't see it because it's currently black. But let me change the color to black. Can you see that it's here? So it's important that you know exactly which type of alignment you are using, so that you don't go and put your design somewhere else. So as I said, to put your design in the middle, use the align horizontal like that to make your design come exactly to the middle of your work. So far, have you been able to see that although we just use different colors, but we have been able to create exactly like the same sketch? Maybe let me reduce this. It's too big. It's too big. Figma should know that this thing is kind of annoying, because sometimes I just click on that button. So yeah, I can just reduce that like that. Okay, so now I think this is much better. So we have this, which is this. We have step 2 out of 3 and skip, which is this. We have this rectangle, or this frame rather, which is this. We have this text which we generated with the use of ChatGPT, which is this. We have this, and then we have our button. Do you see that? Now we have been able to create the first onboarding screen, right? So let's also put like a corner radius to this. I think I like using corner radius. I don't know, it just makes my work look clean or neater. So yeah, let's do that. So let me also change the color of this to white, and change this frame here. Let me change it to black. I'll change this one, all this text this time, and this text to white. I'll change it to white. And then change this one to black. Yeah, like that. So we have been able to what's the word? We have been able to create. Let me change this one to white. Remember how to change color, right? If you want to You can either use here or click on what's letter I and tap on this to change. So just in case you have forgotten. Okay, so now we have been able to create all these, right? Now let's also put all this into a frame so that our work is very aligned. So you put this, hold on your shift key, tap on this one, hold on your shift key, tap on this one, hold on your shift key, tap on this one, hold on your shift key, tap on this one, and what? Shift A. Now everything has equal spacing, 38, 38, 38, 38, and it is center aligned and it is aligned properly. So can you see that, which is a very good one for us. Now the only thing we need to do is just maybe change color and then include our illustration. Now what we are going to be doing for your task is you are going to go to the community, and I'll teach you how to do that. Can you see? You go home here, this home, click home, then go to community. So the name of the icon pack is fintech isometric illustration. Can you see this first one by Obi the King? So you click on it and then we can open in Figma. So these are the illustrations I've created. You see it in the file. Give it a second. I think it's still loading. Okay. So now this is just the cover page. You go to this one, which is the illustration page. You go to illustration. So these are like the illustration. There are 10. But I just did them like in different colors. You can do them in purple, you can do them in orange and all that. But for the course of this class, we're going to be using blue. I love color blue, so yeah, I have to use color blue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all these ones. I can highlight using I can just drag like this, and then what? Control C. I've copied everything like this. Now I go back to my file, right, where I'm working. So the first thing is what? You go to the community, you search for fintech isometric illustration pack, you open it, and then you copy, highlight on everything, or just highlight on everything like that, and what's? Control C, and then you go back to your file and what? You paste Control V. So that is pasted. So I can just move it to one side. Maybe I should move it here. So now in this my prompt, remember the what's it called, the screens I'm designing for. The first one is what? POS terminal. Let me show you the prompts. Let me go back to ChatGPT so I can remember the prompt I used. Can you see this? Remember that we use the illustration in this order, POS terminal. So I just selected 5 out of that 10 and I just put them here. So if you want to know the name, it's already written on top of each of the frames. So I have POS terminal, security logs, coin jar, financial goods, secure card. Let's go back to Figma. So if you come here, can you see it? We have different one. Can you see this one? Security log, coin jar, POS terminal. So I just copied the I think I should have written Piggy. Maybe I'll just go and update that. Piggy, this one is secure card. I didn't even notice this before. I'm just going to change the name. Okay, so you can see the Piggy, secure card and all that. So what we are going to be using are what? Just 5, which is POS terminal, security lock, coin jar, financial good and secure card, right? But what we need is one. Once we have done one, then you can easily duplicate the rest. You get to be easier for you. So now what do we do? So for this the first text we wrote was for what? POS terminal. So I'm just going to carry down my POS terminal, which is here. Then Control C. Then come here, paste it inside. Make sure you tap on this, paste it inside, and what's? Control V. Can you see this? And then you can just hold on your shift key. What I'm doing is I'm holding on my shift key and I'm adjusting it. hold on your shift key on top of the edge like that. Can you see this? Can you see that? Amazing, right? So like that, exactly. So this is exactly how I brought in this first one. All I just did was change the background and stuff like that. So I can do the same thing here. I want to change this background to, let's say, yellow. So but maybe I want it to be this yellow that is here. So what do? I tap on this frame, and how do I tell? I've told you before how to change a color. Click on letter what, I, on your keyboard, and then go to the color. I want this white frame to be yellow, so I come here and click. Boom. Can you see that? That has changed already, and you can see how it can make your design, like, I don't want to say pop out, but yes, pop out. Yeah. So yeah, so now I can also now change the color of this button. Right, the color of the button is white, but let's say I want to also make it blue. What do? I click on what, letter I. Boom. I come here and click on this. You can see that the color has changed, but this contrast is not good. So let me change the color of this black text to white. So I can tap on it like that, and then I come here, click on this, and go to this like that. Boom. So I have been able to bring in this illustration, bring in this button. Now if I want to now do the remaining other screens that we have security log, coin jar, financial growth, secure card. What do I need to do? All I just need to do is duplicate. I'll just come here. I'll just come here like this, and what's Control D. I'll do it how many times? I'll do it. We are doing 5. Don't forget to Control D. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Can you see how I've been able to duplicate? Now all I just need to do is come and change the text. In step 2, you come here and change the text to step 2. In step 3, change it to what? Step 3. Step 4, tap on it. Step 4. Step 5, tap on it. Step 5. Okay, I think I said step 2 out of 3. Let me change it to step 2 out of 5 rather. 5, 5, 5. Come here and what? 5. Can you see that? And here too, I'll change to what? 5. So now don't forget, we have used ChatGPT to generate this text for us. Now what we are going to use is just change the text to fit into what we want, right? I think I can use this system. Yeah, so we can now change the text into what we want. So the second one is what? The first one is POS terminal, Abby. We have done that one. What's the next one? The next one is, let me just put spacing so that everybody can see it, because I don't like seeing it like this. Yeah. Okay. So now the second one is what? Security lock. So for the security lock, what's our header text? Your money is safe, right? You copy it, Control C. That's the header text. You come here and what? Control. You can just do it like this. Control V, like that. And then you go and copy the subtext, which is this one. Advanced security keeps your account, blah blah blah. You copy it, Control C. You come here and what? Control V. So the reason why I'm not just highlighting everything like this is because sometimes when you highlight everything and paste, it may not show, or it may take the font size of this one, and I don't like that happening. So what I do is, if I want to paste a text, I'll first start from here. I don't start from here. I start from here. Then I just drag like this. Can you see it? And then I Control V, like that. Can you see that? That's what I used to do, because if you paste it like this, you can see that I've pasted like this, but you can't see it you now have to come here and start changing the color again, and you can create a lot of like confusion sometimes. Can you see that? But if you just do it from here like this and Control V, you can see that it's easier for you that way. So now I've done the one for what safety lock. So let me go and bring the illustration, which is this one, security lock. I come here, Control what C, and then I delete this one, delete. I tap on the frame and what's Control V, right? And then I paste it. Yeah, like that. I can just adjust the what's it called? I can just adjust the sizing of my illustration that I created. Right? I can just adjust it like that. But guys, is this illustration not is it not okay. Okay, let's see what's the next one. Coin jar. So we go to the headline again, which is Save Smarter. Come here, Control C, then you come here, come on case, Control V, Save Smarter, then go again, go and copy what the second supporting text, which is the subtext. You copy all of this. Wait, did I? Okay, sorry, this, and then you come here and what's Control V. Can you see that? The next one again is what? Financial growth. Okay, I've not brought in my coin jar, right? So let me bring that in first. So coin jar is this. Come here, Control C, and then you delete this one, right? Delete this previous terminal. Boom. You come here, paste Control V, and then how do I say you can adjust? Hold on your Shift key, and then adjust it like that. Just drag like that. Yep, like that. Can you see that? So we have been able to bring in this and this, and also what all these different text. Can you see how fast we were able to create all these text without wasting time? Do you get? That's how fast you can actually design with ChatGPT and Figma. So you can easily like create text, create headlines, create subtext with the use of Figma. Don't waste your time trying to be thinking about everything. AI is there to help you, to guide you, to make your work faster. So use it in your design. Right? Next thing is what? Financial growth. So the headline is what? So our illustration is against financial growth, so we are going to look for that one. So the headline is what? Grow your finances. Come here, Control C, go to this one, Control V, you delete this, you go back and copy what? The subtext, Control C, and then you come here, you paste it. Don't forget, start from here. It's from after the first letter, and Control V, and like that. And then what did I say? The illustration is financial growth, Abby. So let's look for financial growth or something like that. Okay, so this is it, financial growth. So you come here, Control what? C, and then you delete this previous terminal that is inside this first one. Delete, put it here, and what? Control V. You have the adjust. You hold on your Shift key and hold on to one of the edges and adjust it like that. Adjust it. Yeah. Can you see that? Now we have 4 already. The last one is what? Secure card. Come here, ready to get started. Control C. You copy it and paste it here. You go again, copy the subtext, Control C, you copy it, you paste it here, Control V. Can you see that? Now maybe we can change this one to get started. So after the users have seen all of these 5 screens, they can now get started and start signing up. So that's why it's get started. So I can change this one out to maybe the color of this one. Click on letter I, change, and then change this one to maybe white, F, just so that I can see to increase it a bit. Yeah. So can you see how we have been able to create onboarding screens from scratch like that? Can you see this? How we were able to create all these onboarding screens? Can you see them? From scratch. How we use ChatGPT, how we brought in our text, how we brought in our illustrations from the Figma community, and how we are now. Okay, I didn't even change this one. What's the text here? Secure card. So let me just change that one. Secure card. Okay, this is it. Control C. Delete this one. Delete. And what? Come and paste. Control V. Yeah, exactly. And adjust it. Hold on your shift key. Adjust. Can you see that? Boom. And we have been able to do 5 of this. Can you all see that? I think we should join. Let's join the next call, so that way I can also, everybody can ask questions, and what's the word, and we can learn, ask ourselves questions and learn something before we now call it a day. So I would like us to also ask questions and stuff. So I'm going to drop a new link now on the group, on the WhatsApp group. So please join, and we can ask questions, learn anything you didn't get. You can always find out from there. So I've created a new link now. Let me just paste it on the group. Okay, Control V. Boom. Okay, so guys, please join the next one. I already pasted it. I'll be ending this one now. Thanks guys, see you in the next one. Okay, are we good? Why does it still keep saying admit when I've already admitted people? Like, okay, please mute your mic, guys, please. Thank you. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so far, have you been able to see how we were able to do all of these, right, from scratch, and build it step by step? Start with the first one, gradually go to the second, go to the third, go to the fourth, like that, step by step. Make everything a frame, and then start using, now duplicate one frame, do it 3 times or 4 times or 5 times, and then use it in your design. You get? So makes your work faster instead of starting from scratch. So yeah, I think this is the time for questions. So let's ask questions so that we can be able to get clarification on what to do, because our task is that we are going to design this screen as you're saying it, but you're going to design it in 5 places. So it's going to be 5 onboarding screens. You're not going to be using the same text like I did. You're going to be generating your own text. I want to teach us how to use ChatGPT in our design. So you're going to be creating your own text with the use of ChatGPT, and then you're going to be bringing the illustrations from my illustration pack, which is this one, and you're going to be using it in your design. Do you get? So you can use the same color that I used. All I just want you to do is learn how to use ChatGPT to generate your own text. So that when you are also designing yourself, you can go to ChatGPT, tell it, okay, I want to design this, and I want you to generate a text for this, for that, for this, for that. Do you get? So over to you guys. I want you guys to ask questions, and let's go. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, or you can unmute your mic and speak. Oh wow, does it mean that we all got it? Wow, I'm amazed. Like, so, John Victor, did you understand everything? Emmanuel, are you there? Did you understand everything?
I have just one question.
Okay, please go ahead.
I think it was at the first frame. I think the second step was something. There was something you did with the top of the frame. Where, how do I explain this?
Do you mean this?
Top side. Yes, that's top.
Okay, how did I?
How just the upside was English, but I mean.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, you know how just that top side is curved.
Okay, you mean this one?
No, not that one. Not that one.
Which one?
The
entire frame.
No, not the entire frame. Go back. Put your mouse back there. No, yes. So see how just that upside is curved and then the down is straight.
Oh, so the thing is, if I drag it out, let me drag it out of the frame now. Can you see this? It's actually all. Yeah. So the reason why it's like that is inside the frame. Yes, this frame is already curved. So if I bring it into it, it adjusts to the setting.
Yeah. I don't think which magic you do like this.
But it's also possible actually. You can actually make, for example, let me use this one. Okay. I can. Sorry, please mute your mic.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you can actually make a side curved and another side straight. I can use this frame, this yellow frame now, to do it. Now you can see that here, all the sides are what's curved, right? They're all 10. But can you see this thing here by the side? This place, you can custom your corner radius to what you want. So I can make this side, instead of 10, I can make it more curved than the others. I can make it 30. Can you see that it's more curved than the rest? I can make this one to 30. Or maybe I can make this one 50. Sorry, I want to make it 50 rather. 50. And then this one 50. Can you see that? You can see now I've changed it to a different whole thing. Can you see that? And I can do the same thing for these other ones. If I want to change all of them at the same time, what do? I tap on my shift key, right? I first tap on my shift key, right? I go again, tap on my shift key, tap on my shift key, tap on my shift key, do the same thing here. Can you see it? Now I adjust this one to 50, adjust this one to 50. Can you see that all of them now have taken the same shape? Can you see that? So that's how you can easily like do the same thing over and over again, right? Like with one click, right? If I want to change all of them back again, I can go back, tap on my shift key, tap on my shift key, and tap on my shift key, tap on my shift key. Then I come here, I make it 10 back, and I make this 10 back, and boom, everything is back again. So that's how you can easily adjust your corner radius to this. So for the task, you guys will be doing this first frame, which is like the splash screen. So if you don't know what a splash screen is, when you just open your app for the first time, that whole text or logo that comes up and shows, that's exactly what the splash screen is. So here we're just going to be using text, no logos for now. And then you will now be creating these 5 onboarding screens with the use of the illustration, with the use of ChatGPT to generate your text. I will be sending you the prompts, by the way, the exact prompt I used, which you can also use. But what you, as I said, what you can do to make it different is when you come to this, use these illustrations in this order, right? You can now change it to what you want it to be. I don't want everybody to use the same thing, right, that I used. So instead of PS terminal now, or instead of, at least change 2 things out of it. Instead of maybe financial growth, I can change it to, let's say, fingerprint authentication, right? I can change this one to fintech, fingerprint authentication. Then I can go again and change maybe one more thing. What should I change? Okay, let me change one to piggy. I'll change one to piggy. I can change this PS terminal to piggy. Now when you now go to ChatGPT, you now paste this prompt like this, and then it will generate every single thing for you one by one. Do you understand? So it will now give you a header text for piggy, illustration, and the subtext. It will give you a header text for security lock and subtext. It will give you a header text for coin jar, and so on and so forth. You get? So that's how you can use ChatGPT to create your prompt, and then also use the prompt to generate copy for your work. You get? Yeah. So yeah, I hope that is clear, and I hope we're all able to understand. Do we all understand how we can get these illustrations? Thumbs up if you remember. Okay, Chelsea remembers, Udubela remembers. Who else? I want more people to give me a thumbs up so I know that we are all good. Glory, are you clear? Kelvin, are you clear? Tomisi, are you clear? Zoana, are you clear? Emmanuel. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So that means we are good, right? And we were able to understand everything step by step, right? That's good. I'm glad we all understood. Phoebe, are you just joining or have you been here?
No, good evening. I'm just joining. I just got to.
Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe you just have to watch the recording. Right.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with that we can call it a day. So the deadline for this task would be sent on the group. I'll give you guys enough time to actually go and work and design this, and then there'll be enough time for you to be able to work on each of the designs and then submit. Right, it may not be easy at first, but I know when you start it, it's definitely going to get easy. And also when you come to the community and you search for the fintech illustration that I created, please give it a like. I just published it when I published it today. Yeah, well, yesterday, I think yesterday night, isometric illustration. Yeah, so when you come here, please leave a like. Come and like. I think there are 2 users now, which is good, but give it a like and then open a Figma, and then you can use. So please support my ministry as as I support your ministry. So yeah, thanks guys. I hope we were able to learn today, and I hope it was a very educative class. Yeah.
I'm fine. Okay, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Using video to get pictures, I know you send them. You see that pictures like this are only in community, and other things like plugins are separately gotten.
So I didn't get that. You said, is it that pictures are what?
Pictures can't be gotten in plugins. Plugins are different from pictures like this.
Okay. You said you said is it that pictures can't be gotten with plugins, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Or is it
can.
only
You can actually use plugins to get pictures. They are different. So for example, let's say I want to get maybe like avatars. You get like faces of people. I can come here and write avatar, right, and search. Let's search and see. So you can see different. Can you see this avatar generator? So I can click on this and click on run. I don't like using this one. Let me use another one. Let me use. There's another one I used to use. Avatar. I think I used this one. There's one I always use. This one I don't want to use this one. There's another one I want to use. I think. Why have I not seen it yet? Avatar, avatar, avatar. What's happening? Why is this not typing? Okay, avatar. Um, I want this. Let's see. I think it's loading. Can you see this? These are like different faces, and you can drag it to your design like that. I don't know why these ones have not loaded, but maybe when they do, you can see that you can also drag and use. So you can drag, and use different illustrations. Do you get? So I mean, I say illustration faces. So yeah. So don't forget, for this project, you go to Figma community, go to the illustration pack, open it, and then go and copy the illustration to your file. Control C. You go to your file and paste it. Control V, and then from there you can select the illustrations you want to use and generate a copy for them. So yeah, I hope this class was educative, and please don't forget to follow Checkmate community on all platforms, which is on Instagram, and then also follow our YouTube as well. That's mine and also Jeff's own as well, because we'll be using that to also post educative content as well. And yeah, don't forget to give a like to this illustration pack that I designed. Thanks guys for joining, and I'll be dropping the assignment, the deadline, and everything on the group. So yeah, see you guys next time. Yeah, bye guys, happy designing.